Hello, Killco here. I guess that's an intro. I don't know. Anyway, today we're doing my bourbon recommendations for beginners. The last one I did was mostly Irish and Scotch. Heavy on the Scotch because I wanted to make sort of a kind of a chart leading up, I guess, from like trying the Irish, which is really good, trying the peated Irish, trying a little peaty Scotch, and then going for the big stuff. That was the idea. That was my kind of history with whiskey. Is I went from like this, and this, and I tried them all, and they are all wonderful. But this one is about bourbons, and it's not the same because most bourbons don't really want to hurt you, unlike some scotches. And that's why I enjoy them so much, because they're more in line with my Irish love, in that they are drinkable and delicious and friendly and comforting, and they just will make your day better. And that isn't always the case with a peated Scotch for me. Sometimes I'll need that, but not all the time. I more need something to relax rather than pick apart and analyze and just kind of fight. So, to start, we have one that everyone should recognize, even if you don't drink whiskey at all, Jim Beam. This specifically is a repeal batch. And actually, it doesn't really taste like normal Jim Beam to me. And that's kind of why I bring it up. But in general, if you want to just tip a toe into the waters of whiskey, Jim Beam is a good start. Why? Because it is everywhere. You can get this all over the world, probably. I haven't checked because I don't travel enough. But this one and or Jack Daniels as well will suffice as just something to try neat at a bar, because it'll be there. Very likely. One of those two, either Jim Beam or Jack Daniels, will be there. Jack Daniels is a little more aggressive and fighty, in my opinion. And it's also one that I have a historical, personal connection to. I don't drink Jack Daniels very often, not because I don't like it, but because my aunt used to drink it. And I never got to share the Jack Daniels experience with her when she was alive, because I was too young and naive, we'll say. So we did drink a toast of Jack Daniels to her after her parting a number of years ago, but I'd rather not have that drink in my collection, only because of the memory that is brought up with it. Nothing major, nothing awful, but it's a sad memory, and I don't want to be sad when I drink whiskey. It's not a good idea. Thus, Jim Beam as a starter for anyone, and Jack Daniels if you want to try it, but just don't have memories like mine, I suppose. Next on my list is another one that's fairly easy to get, and it's probably very loud. I always forget. I should put these aside better. Here we go, Wild Turkey 101. This one had some brilliant marketing recently. A certain celebrity, who shall remain nameless, also got involved, and it is a wonderful bourbon for me. It is also 101 proof, and I personally enjoy higher proofs. So if you start down the road of whiskey, and bourbons in particular, and you find that you kind of start leaning towards higher proofs, this is a good one. $25 for this bottle around my area. It's not going to break the bank, and it's good. I actually polished off a handle of this within a matter of months because I enjoy it so much. Took a while. Thankfully, I'm not going to drink a hell of a lot of it, but I felt kind of bad. It's like I bought a whole handle, so I'd have it forever, and it was going in like 3 months. Damn it! It's one of my favorites, one of my personal favorites, so that is why I recommend it as a beginner whiskey if you are just getting into the whiskey world. We will go with this one next. Henry McKenna. This one is a single barrel bottled in bond, 10-year. And this one, not specifically this barrel, but at a whiskey awards ceremony, I think in California, it was like best whiskey in the world, or best bourbon in the world. I don't remember the exacts, but I remember I needed to go get 2 of these bottles. And you'll note this one is not opened yet because of that. I drank the entirety of the last one, and it was really good. It won for a good reason, as far as my tastes go. So it was wonderful. If you can find Henry McKenna around, not necessarily this one, because this is a single barrel, bottled in bond, like I said, which means it is 100 proof. So it's up there. Again, I enjoy higher proofs. I recommend Henry McKenna. I'm pretty certain they must have a whole bunch of others in their collection. I haven't tried them all yet, because these are the first 2 I bought, and that's only because of them winning such high praise from the whiskey fancy people. I don't know what to call them. Professionals? The people who like whiskey so much that they make competitions. Those people. Uh, and they won awards. Global awards, I think. So that is why I'm recommending it. Other than the fact that I really enjoy it personally. Once I tried it, I was like, hell yeah, give me more. And now I'm afraid to open this bottle because I don't know how much they are right now. I think it was 40 when I bought it. Maybe 30 something. Don't remember, but I have a feeling it's gone up since then. And it's probably a little harder to find, but if you can at least get Henry McKenna something, give it a shot. I can only recommend that bottle personally because it's the only one I've been able to try. Because I'm poor and I can't afford a hell of a lot of whiskey bottles, but I can have enough to be content. And the last one I will recommend is kind of divisive. This one's called Angel's Envy, and this one was kind of expensive. If you want to really go in and be like, yeah, I really want to try something that is a mainline, well-known brand, but not everyone likes, and I want to see what my deal is, I'd recommend Angel's Envy. Kentucky Straight Bourbon whiskey, finished in port wine barrels. That is what makes it so divisive, I think. I don't even know if I like port wine. I assume I don't. But for this, it's fine. It's very enjoyable. I don't think I would have paid what I did for this bottle. I think it was at least 60. And it's a 43.3%. So it's not even one I'd be like, yes, I will pay more for this because it's my specialty in the higher percentages or proofs. It wasn't. It's just I heard about it from numerous people. And the problem with hearing about it from numerous people is that everyone has a different opinion. That is why I make these videos, because I have an opinion. It's just my opinion, though. And that's not worth a damn thing to most. So that's fine. But in this case, I heard a lot of negative comments about it. Nothing serious, but a lot of people were just like, oh, I don't like it. So once I had already bought the bottle, I was like, oh, come on, man, I'm stuck with a bottle I'm not going to like. Or am I? So I finally did try it. As you can see, I'm enjoying it. I love the bottle design, to be honest. I mean, this is beautiful. The shape of it and the wings on the back, fuck yeah, I'd pay extra just for this bottle. And I did. But in this case, if you want to buy something that's a little more expensive and just out of curiosity, or I always recommend going to bars and asking for a menu about what their spirits are, or just asking the bartender. Oftentimes they don't really know. I like to educate them in that matter after the fact, a little bit, just because bartenders should know more about spirits if they're going to be pouring them into drinks. You know, it's part of bartending, in my opinion. But it's always nice to go to a bar, chat up the bartender, share my whiskey love and knowledge with them. They always seem to appreciate it. So if you see this on the shelf, give it a try. Do not go and buy this one right away if you're not sure. Go for the Jim Beam. Go for the Wild Turkey 101. Anything like that. Go for those first. This is when you really start digging in. You're like, oh, holy fuck, bourbon is so good. I got to try everything. Pace yourself. That's what I say. I have paced myself over the past 2 years. We're working on 3. Come this December, it'll be 3. And I've done, actually it's more than 3 years now that I think about it. I've done the Whiskey Advent Calendar for at least 2 years, but I think when I initially found the Whiskey Vault, the Whiskey Tribe, I originally found them over 3 years ago. And that was because I think Daniel had done an Advent Calendar. And I just started getting to whiskey at the time because of the book me and my father had recorded. A wonderful book that links in the doobly below if you want to hear it, because it's an audiobook that we produced. And that was the kind of turning point for me personally, is that we had this book, we recorded it, we listened to it because that's part of the job. My father recorded it, I listened to it, and we both had to hear it. He had to read it, I had to listen to it. And it was very informative. And yeah, I make money off of it. But that's the best part, is that this book that we did just catapulted my entire curiosity about whiskey at the exact right time. Because if the Whiskey Tribe, the Whiskey Vault originally wasn't around at the exact same time that I had gotten interested in whiskey, I don't know what would have happened to me. I don't know where I would have gone. I don't know how I would have connected with anyone in the whiskey community. But because of their channel, and because of how long they've been going at this and continuing to make quality entertainment, I have found so many different whiskey channels, and I have even taken it upon myself to be like, you know what? I love watching these guys, and I love talking about whiskey. I could do this if I wanted to. I already recorded all those videos, like just for myself, of my whiskey reviews. Originally, when I recorded those, it was just because I loved whiskey, and I wanted to document my journey. And over the past few months, I realized that I had documented quite a few videos, at least 2 years of Whiskey Advent Calendar, recorded right here for anyone to watch. And with that, it started to make more sense to me that, hey, you do this in your spare time because you love it. Why don't you just keep doing that and see what happens? And that's all this is me continuing to improve and enjoy my love of whiskey with the tribe and all the other channels out there. That is what I want to do with my spare time, and I have more of it than I'm going to admit here. But I also have my PC gaming, my photography, my graphic design. Everything is just kind of being bundled up into this one little thing called Killco. And I think it'll be fun. So, bourbon reviews complete. Like, subscribe. I really hate saying that, but yeah, I guess people need a reminder at the end. I'm not drinking any whiskey once again. I get water. So I can at least do a proper toast like I have been for all my other videos, and that is just the Irish one. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right, but I swear I hope I am. Sláinte. Oh, hydration is key.